Welcome back to my channel. Craving homemade ice cream but short on space. Asterisk asterisk in this video. We test 5 of the most popular portable ice cream makers to find out which one delivers the creamiest texture, easiest operation, and best value for your kitchen counter. Whether you want freezer bowl convenience or compressor-powered freedom, we've got you covered. Okay friends, let's see top 5 best portable ice cream makers review.
Number 1. What we liked. The Whynter compressor yogurt and ice cream maker is the best self-freezing ice cream maker for most people. It was the budget-friendliest of the winning compressor models, but that's not the only aspect that set it apart. It produced lovely, smooth vanilla ice cream in just 30 minutes and frozen yogurt in 36. It has labeled buttons to switch between ice cream churning, mixing only, and cooling only modes. If the machine isn't turned off 10 minutes after the timer beeps, it will go into an extended cooling mode to keep your frozen dessert, well, frozen for another 10 minutes. The machine also has a yogurt function that wasn't for churning frozen yogurt, but rather for incubating fresh homemade yogurt between 104 and 110 degrees Fahrenheit for up to 24 hours at a time. The cooling mode would automatically kick in after that, too. While the latter use was intriguing, I didn't test it for this review. I liked its subtle rose gold champagne hue, but if that's not your thing, you can get it in black and silver instead. What we didn't like, it's pricey compared to freezer canister models. While I did see some ice cream base accumulate and freeze on the bottom of the bowl during my first test, the bits incorporated quickly when scraped up, and I didn't see it happen again during other uses. Its lid had a flap-up window to add mix-ins, but it was only a few inches wide and took extra attention to pour caramel sauce and peanuts in without spilling them. Number 2. What we liked. The Cuisinart frozen yogurt and ice cream maker has been our favorite for years. It proves you don't need bells and whistles to make fantastic frozen treats. Just pour your base into the pre-frozen bowl, fit the paddle and lid in place, and flip the switch to get churning. Its asymmetrical paddle prevents buildup along the walls of the canister and keeps things moving. Plus, it has a spacious window for monitoring progress and adding mix-ins, making it a budget-friendly pick. It was among the fastest to churn in each of my tests, making ice cream in 20 minutes, frozen yogurt in 19, and sorbet in only 9, a full 5 minutes faster than its closest competitor. Its ice cream and frozen yogurt also had some of the highest overrun percentages of the lineup, meaning its desserts were airier and easier to scoop after freezing. What we didn't like, if you prefer denser ice creams, you may need to experiment with recipes to find ones that come out the way you want in this machine. The canister requires freezing for at least a day before you want to churn, especially if you're starting with it fully thawed. Number 3. What we liked. Like the Cuisinart ICE 21P1, the Cuisinart Pure Indulgence yogurt and ice cream maker was a cinch to assemble and operate with its on-off switch. It produced smoothly textured ice cream, frozen yogurt, and sorbet with minimal iciness. The freezer canister could hold up to 2 quarts of churned base, a half quart more than the ICE 21P1, and its open paddle structure made it easy to scrape clean. While it wasn't as speedy as the other Cuisinart canister winner, it still churned ice cream in under 30 minutes, and yogurt and sorbet in about 20. What we didn't like, the one I tested made a loud, wheezing whine while operating that seemed to increase in volume as it churned. Its paddle had just enough clearance from the bowl to allow for some icy buildup along the walls of the canister that took extra effort to scrape up. I had trouble getting the lid to lock fully in place during the yogurt test, but it was close enough that it didn't affect its functionality, it just sat slightly ajar. Number 4. Breville Smart Scoop Ice Cream Maker. What we liked. While all the other ice cream makers I tested required me to keep an eye on the ice cream as it churned, the Breville Smart Scoop did the monitoring for me. To operate, you just add your base to the self-freezing bowl and set the manual timer or spin the dial to whatever you're making, sorbet, frozen yogurt, gelato, or ice cream, then select your desired hardness. In its automatic mode, the Smart Ice Cream Maker senses the resistance against its paddle to judge when it's reached your set consistency. The Smart Scoop's display included a progress bar, the current temperature, and a timer showing how long it's been churning, which was handy for monitoring it at a glance. It played an ice cream truck jingle when it was time to add mix-ins, and when it finished, though I did change the optional settings to have it play a simple ding instead after hearing the tune a few times. If it's not turned off right away, the Smart Scoop will go into an automatic keep cool mode to keep your ice cream cold for up to 3 hours after churning. This automatic ice cream maker is an excellent choice for beginners and those who don't want to babysit their ice cream as it churns. It's also great for people who want the option to hold their ice cream in its soft serve stage. What we didn't like, it's quite expensive. It was also rather slow to freeze, taking about an hour to churn each quart of ice cream and frozen yogurt. The sorbet also took almost an hour, about 20 minutes longer than any other model in the lineup, and, though it was thickened and frozen, the machine hadn't advanced past cooling in its progress bar by the time I stopped it manually. This model had a pre-cool function to bring it down to churning temps before adding the ice cream base, which may have sped things up, but I didn't use it to keep its tests consistent with other compressor models. Because it took so long to freeze, the frozen desserts I made in the Breville Smart Scoop were ever so slightly icier and grainier than those of its competitors. The center of its paddle has a hole in the top, and any liquid that gets inside could drip down into the base of the machine and cause a mess, and lead to the bowl getting frozen in the machine if not wiped up before running a churning cycle. Number 5. Cuisinart ICE 100 Ice Cream and Gelato Maker. What we liked. Senior editor Grace Kelly used this handy self-freezing machine to churn nearly 24 pints of mascarpone ice cream as party favors for her wedding, to her lucky guests' delight. In my tests, it made silky ice cream and frozen yogurt without any noticeable iciness, plus it came with a special paddle for mixing decadently thick sorbet and gelato. It has an even simpler interface than the Whynter ICM 220 CGY, with just 3 buttons, power, timer, and start/stop, as well as a similar 10-minute standby cooling mode. What we didn't like, the model I used made a repetitive squeaking sound, like a dog's squeaky toy, if my pup's reaction proves anything. It got a little quieter with use, but never fully went away. Its lid was identical to that of the Whynter ICM 220 CGY, so it also took extra attention to get mix-ins through the small hinged window without spilling. Thanks for watching.